The Gamecube is one of the most iconic consoles of all time, and... What the?
You can't just talk about the Gamecube without me. That's my thing. So, in order for you to say anything about the Gamecube, I have to add my input. Capiche?
How did you get in my house?
Hey, don't worry about it. I want to give a massive thank you to Nat13. This guy is great. He makes way better videos than me with a lot better editing. And he basically pieced this whole thing together himself. He's great. Please subscribe to him. He's the best. And watch his version of this video because he talks about more Zelda games. And that's his whole thing if you couldn't tell. Anyway, enjoy. Now, Nintendo previously had a pretty shaky track record with controllers. The NES is a simple classic, and the SNES is pretty great. But the N64? You can use this thing as a trident. What on earth is this? But now the GameCube controller, oh boy! This thing is amazing. First of all, these big ol' analog triggers that click when fully pressed down, they feel great, they work great. Now you may think, wait a minute. What on earth is this button layout? What is this, Fisher-Price? But get this. It works. Now there is one big button in the middle, and a bunch of buttons around it. This works pretty well, because in most video games, in general, there's always one big and more important action you always have to do, and then secondary actions. And to fully demonstrate this, let me use an example. Metroid Prime. You use the big A button to shoot, the B button to jump, Y button for missiles, and X button for morph ball. So most games, despite this unconventional layout, play pretty great. It doesn't really work that well with retro games because sometimes you have to press B and Y, and well, it's a bit of a struggle. But overall, these buttons work fantastic, and honestly, I really like the C-stick on this controller. It's a little bit small, but it works great for cameras. But now the main thumbstick, ooh, that is nice right there. That is amazing. Now, this controller isn't perfect. I do think the D-pad is a little small, and also the shoulder button is just okay, and there's also only one of them for some reason. But overall, this is an insanely comfortable and very, very practical controller that just feels right when in use.
The GameCube, released in 2001, was Nintendo's fourth home console and marked the company's first major leap into disc-based gaming. It featured a compact cube-shaped design with a handle for portability and ran on a custom IBM Power PC-based processor called Gecko, clocked at 485 MHz, paired with an ATI Flipper GPU at 162 MHz. If you are like me and didn't understand any of that, cool. Anyways, despite strong support from Nintendo's flagship franchises, the GameCube struggled commercially, selling only around 21.7 million units. This fell short compared to the PS2's dominance, but it helped lay the groundwork for future Nintendo consoles, and has since become a favorite among the fans.
Metroid Prime is one of the greatest games of all time. It manages to perfectly combine the genius design of 2D Metroid games with an FPS shooter, a weird combo that somehow works. It's amazing. The game's sense of adventure is great. It's not too confusing to be obnoxious, but not too easy to be boring. It's just every single area has this magical music that just puts you in such a mood, and the combat is just fantastic. My only problem is sometimes I do get confused on where to go, but I think that's just a me thing. But everything here, it just works. It's known as one of the best games of all time for a reason. It's magical. The atmosphere is so alien and interesting. I can just run around these massive mazes of rooms and worlds and just experience everything. It's so beautiful. It's so captivating. It's so interesting. Everything here just works perfectly. And Smash Melee is pretty fun and stupid. Yeah, I don't know. Smash Melee is known as being one of the best Smash Bros. Games. I'm not smart enough to know why. Smash Bros. Has always been a franchise that I like because, I think I like it because, it's just, every single video game character ever battling to death. And so whenever I heard that Smash Melee was the best because of its, fighting mechanics or whatever, I was like, let's see how that turns out. Anyway, I played it and I loved it. Smash Melee manages to be simple and yet just absolutely amazing. Every single character works fantastically. Every single moveset works fantastically. It just feels right. There's so many fun mechanics. The roster is great. It's just a really refined, fun fighting game. And Mario Kart Double Dash is awesome. Essentially Mario Kart, but 2 people. Also, everything is crazy. Big items, more goofy aesthetics. Baby Park, need I say more? It has some of the best tracks in the series, with the windy adventure of DK Mountain, the extreme sports of Waluigi Stadium, the obscenely underrated windy dindy Wario Coliseum. Also, I like the Bowser's Castle quite a lot. The driving here has good physics, and this is the first Mario Kart game with actually good drifting. Better than Mario Kart Wii. Yeah, I said it. What are you gonna do? I'm not scared. Mario Kart Wii's worse than Mario Kart Double Dash. Fight me!
Okay, happy now?
Yes. Yes, I am.
How did you get here again?
Hey man, anytime someone with their window open talks about the Gamecube, I have to come in and talk to them.
But I don't have Windows. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed, go ahead and subscribe and like the video.
Can you shut up? Who are you talking to? You're just looking at a wall. Are you okay, man?